EA Sports, always proud to bring you the National Football League as we join you from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. But straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Washington Commanders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So this game of our, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. Two unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But two teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said, I think these two are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And his throw here is incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 48. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Viking 18.
To the air goes Daniels. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Hey, let's go.
They go play action. Daniels. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another Washington first down.
Up the middle they go. Baldwin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Daniels looking to throw. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 23.
Commanders first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Ready?
Here's Daniels. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have answered that early field goal to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Open man right side is Rice. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
When they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football, and I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Chiefs first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the first down.
Now here's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy once again. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Now Mahomes to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
For the Chiefs field goal, a 22-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game, Charles, much talked about coming in. And you think there's a real chance this is a Super Bowl preview?
I do, because as things stand, and I'll give you a little bit of a caveat here, that maybe things will shake out a little bit if someone loses along the way. But here we are right now. These are your 2 current #1 seeds, and I think they're both good enough to make it to the big game.
Now 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But, boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
The score, Commanders 14, Chiefs 6.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting 3s, and you're coming back and getting 2s, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put it in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. How about the 1st quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200+ right now. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. shotgun snap to Mahomes. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down. Mahomes now to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Mahomes going to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, set! Bronco 80!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. There for the tackle was Trent McDuffie.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
To throw is Daniels. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
That's how you pick up a first down. You know where the sticks are, you know where the first down marker is, and you find a way to get there. That's called having vision.
He had a lot of vision last week, didn't he? NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was dominant.
Here we go, set! Viking 18, 70 Timberwolves. Ready?
Now Daniels. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, an unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance to stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. So everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 46, here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well.
And this throw will be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Over the middle, complete. It's Parker. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
3rd down and 6. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. this might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he'll be out right at the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
No gain on the play.
Asante Samuel Jr. that time up to make the tackle.
17-yard line.
Get it. 60.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Baldwin. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Baldwin. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
10 at the 24-yard line.
19 target. Tennessee Lions.
Back to throw now on first down. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Chiefs 9. McPherson set to kick off.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And some room to run now. He's on his way. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score. Chiefs 16.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Back to throw. Daniels. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Franklin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play. Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Rodgers' numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. He graduated the Naval Academy, and back then you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cougar 19.
From the gun on 3rd down, Daniels. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
McPherson's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. It's a gain of
They'll look to throw now on first down. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will shave one more off this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, it's Baldwin. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. To the air goes Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Here we go. Start. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. That is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Daniels looking to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Parker. So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
70.
Here's Daniels. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Kevin McPherson set to kick off.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 2.
Yellow.
Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Hands it off out of the gun. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 77 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now 2nd and 3.
I don't need to.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Mahomes to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He finds his man, complete. It's Day. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Yellow.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So it looks like there's still some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Yellow, yellow.
Now it's Mahomes again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago. So and look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
Open man right side is Rice. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This offense so far on 3rd down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 91 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Second and 10.
Come back! One time! Come on, 80! 43! 43!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. It's complete, but he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. is up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with things you ain't seen before. We're feeling the way that...
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, said, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Got it. Ready? Trap alert. Trap alert.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Baldwin. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. Let's go. Ready.
They run the counter. It's Baldwin. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Ready, ready.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%.
Here we go.
I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he will have a Commander's first down, and that should just about do it. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
And they will take a knee here. We all just got